Hello, my name's Fox Ryan, so again I'm at Fox, and if you haven't noticed from my channel yet, which a majority of you clicked joined my channel because of my Wander Over Yonder videos, I love Wander Over Yonder. It's a freaking awesome series, and it's just fun, it's smart, it's hilarious, and apparently, someone commented on one of my other videos that apparently the main guy, I believe it, Craig McCracken, which I believe is the guy who did make Wander Over Yonder, says that the series will not be returning for a third season. That it's going to end, and also from at least from now, someone told me on the comment that it's going to end. I've been looking up stuff. I can't find anything else except for a Wikipedia entry that says on March 5th, 2016, Craig McCracken. Oh, I think I'm saying that right. The McCracken announced the show will not be returning for a third season, and the second season will be the series' last. He also stated that the last 7.5-hour segments of the show will air on Disney XD by the end of June. Which, if you can't, again, I like the show. It's a fun show, and if the show does end, and I was reading the comments that people were posting, like, people don't like that. If people don't like that it's ending, and also that they're saying, and also like someone else posted, well, what about Gravity Falls? That got like four years to be on. Yeah, it was on 4 years, but also it only, if I remember correctly, it only had 2 seasons. Also, it only was Gravity Fall. It was only like Gravity Fall season 1 and then 2, which, that's an awesome show. That is an awesome show, but I like Wander Over Yonder. It's pretty fun, and there's a link in the description below for a petition if you want to sign. There's a petition below if you want to sign it, basically to try to help the show stay on and stuff like that, saying like, oh, we all like this. Why don't you keep it on Disney? But I'm going to say, one, I like the show. I really do. Heck, it's one of my most viewed. My reviews of the show are some of my most reviewed episodes on my channel. One of the most viewed things on my channel, if not for the Steven Universe theory videos, and I think the Adventure Time reviews. I'm not sure, but Wander Over Yonder is like basically one of my main ones. I like the show, and not just because it's one of my favorite things. I love the writing, I love the jokes, I love the characters. They're freaking awesome. Dominator is one of my favorite characters. Heck, hold on. I got these shoes just because Dominator basically wears these same dang things. But that's why those aren't Converse. Those are like a cheaper brand. But they're awesome though. I'm gonna start wearing these, but it's an awesome show. I love it. I love the characters. My Fair Hades is now one of my favorite episodes of Wander Over Yonder. It's a fun show, but I will say, if it does end, if they are going to end, if this petition doesn't do anything, which if it does go on, okay, I can understand it, but if it does end. If they end it well, I'll be happy. If they end it well, I'll be happy with what comes next. Yeah, I'll be sad, and yeah, I would definitely I would try to say like, okay, what other stories can be told? But with Dominator, I think with her, even if she's my favorite character, she's kind of what will end the show. And I don't mean like, oh, she'll destroy all the worlds and win. No, I mean, how do you get bigger than someone destroying the entire galaxy? Like, what is a bigger threat? If you're not, it's just going to start repeating, okay, Hater and Wander Hater wants to just conquer worlds, but Wander stops him. That's awesome. That's an awesome story engine. That was good for the beginning of the series. And it could definitely keep on going. You could still have Wander going through many different adventures, but what I think kind of makes these stories good, stories like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Wander Over Yonder, what always makes these stories good is a plot. And it's a plot that stays throughout the entire series. Yes, it doesn't have to be brought up in every episode, but it can also still be enhanced by every episode. And you get that in Adventure Time with, like, Marceline's story, where they slowly reveal the connection between her and Simon. The thing about the comet now, you slowly learning a little bit more about the comet beings that are now appearing. You, about Jake's past and everything. You slowly gain, and then, like, in Steven Universe, about the Homeworld Gem, who is Pink Diamond, all these things, and it slowly is building up. It's slowly fixing. It slowly makes the story more intricate, and it slowly makes it bigger as it grows. Wander Yonder has a similar plot, has a similar thing. Yes, it's majority of, like, the first season stuff like that is just Wander and Sylvia going around stopping Hater, and also just we watching Hater bumble around also. But the whole plot is bad guys are trying to take over the planets and trying to stop Wander and Sylvia. So usual bad guy, good versus bad. So Wander fixes it by being good, trying to show happiness, trying to show the world a better way to live, trying to make people feel happy, trying to make a good place, while Hater's just trying to conquer. And slowly the story for this story is, if you think about it, really the story for Wander Over Yonder is Wander, yes, trying to fix the world and make it better, make the galaxy and trying to make it a better place, but it's also slowly trying to make Hater good. That is the main story of this. It's slowly trying to make Hater a good guy. And with Dominator coming in, and that's kind of slowly doing it, you slowly do see Hater become, because from the beginning of the series, he was just like he basically kind of a ruthless dictator in a sense, but we slowly see him, like, we slowly see more of him, like, he's a whiner, he's all this stuff, he's funny, but you slowly see him kind of growing bigger and act all the way up to My Fair Haiti, where he says he's going to save the galaxy. Peepers adds to conquer later, but what if the series ends with Hater becoming a good guy, becoming like a hero that's going to protect the galaxy also? Would he become like Wander? Maybe not, but I could see Hater becoming a good guy. And then we have, and like that's slowly the story for Wander Over Yonder. It's slowly Wander and Hater bouncing off each other, showing exact good, and Wander trying to make Hater a better person. And as Dominator then comes in, we see the total opposite side of we see not the opposite side of Wander. We see the total exact opposite of Wander and Hater or Dominator, where she just wants to destroy everything. She doesn't care. She just wants to destroy it all. Which, again, you want to check out my theory on why she wants to do that, or let's kind of think about her past, theorizing about her past. Check out my theory video. But she wants to destroy the entire galaxy, and we're slowly seeing Hater become a little bit more into it. He's kind of open to love. He liked Dominator, so you see that he likes someone else other than himself. He doesn't feel conceited. He's trying, but yet now he's trying to save the galaxy from Dominator. We slowly see everything coming in, and we even see itself with Dominator's story arc also, from the beginning of the series, where Dominator first comes in. We barely know anything about her. All we know is that she's taking planets down quick. I don't know if that'd be a hiccup, but like Dominator was number 1 on the leaderboard with most planets conquered, but I think there's more planets destroyed. But most planets destroyed. She destroyed them. But you see that happen, and then you slowly see after the Battle Royale, we see Dominator taking over. We see the galaxy is in turmoil. They're hiding away. Yeah, we still have the jokes and funny stuff like that, but majority of the planets are destroyed. The galaxy is dying. We slowly see that story be going on, and now and of course there's the whole thing with Hater trying to get with Dominator and stuff, but then after that, now we have After My Fair Haiti, where it's Hater and Wander going to try to save the world from Dominator, because Dominator has already said, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your friend, I'm not someone who needs help, I'm going to destroy you all. Which it might be then after that, it might be Wander and Hater then have to stop Dominator, and it might end, I'm pretty sure, with Dominator either finding someone who's gonna balance her out or something else, or hopefully, I don't want her, like, this show, I don't want to be, bad guy's dead, yay! I don't want that to happen. I think the show's kind of smarter than just to do that. Just like, we win, the bad guy's dead, hooray! Or something like that. I want something, I don't know how they would end it, but I want something smarter than just that. I want it to have something good. Like, heck, if it ends with, I honestly got this and thought, well, it looks kind of like it. I want the cube of pure and utter darkness. I want that to be Dominator's. I want the cube of ultimate darkness. Yes, it's more a rectangular box, but whatever. I want the cube of ultimate darkness or ultimate evil or whatnot, to be Dominator's second hand. Or like how, again, like you have Wander and Sylvia, her partner. Like we have Wander and Sylvia, we have Hater and Peepers. I want to see Dominator and the cube of ultimate darkness or ultimate evil. I want to see that pair. And if it is, like, something that, like, in the end, if Dominator does become good or something like that happens, if it ends good, I'll be happy, because I don't know what else I could probably think of things, but it's kind of, if you've watched Spider-Man or something like that, I believe it was the first Spider-Man where it goes, or Batman also, it's, if a hero lives long enough, they'll eventually become the villain. And I don't mean that in the sense that Wander will become the villain. No. What I mean is that eventually you're going to run out of eventually the series is going to feel like it's on repeat, or it's going to be just like something not good, unless they're really smart about how they do this and stuff. Like, one good way I could say that is Family Guy. Family Guy, well, a lot of people say it was funny in the beginning, but slowly devolved into crap. And that could be because of how long it's been running. American Dad is still pretty good. From what I've seen, it's still pretty good, but even so, those shows really don't have much, like, things like American Dad or Family Guy stuff, they could have an overlapping story and stuff. I haven't seen Bob's Burgers yet, but I've been hearing some good things about it. They don't really have a good overlapping story. One thing, and I prefer, a lot of the time, I prefer things like Adventure Time and stuff like that over American Dad and stuff. And that's because Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, and so on. Is that because their stories feel more intricate. Their stories feel funnier and stuff like that. In a sense, it's just awesome. Like, there may be some restrictions for a kid's show, but they make fun jokes. They put references in there from things they love and stuff like that. Not saying they can't do that for American Dad and stuff, but things like American Dad stuff, it's more, I guess, satire, I guess, at some points. Which, satire is not bad, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer things like the animated shows and stuff like that. Heck, like, Zootopia is one of my favorite Disney movies right now, and like American Dad or something like that, if you have something about racism and stuff, they'll probably have, like, oh, a black character, or this character here. But Zootopia is smart, they make it animals in different sections and stuff like that. That's fine. Heck, there's some jokes like them touching the wool, the hair of the sheep, and like, spoilers for Zootopia, but for Zootopia, they touch the hair of sheep and they're going, it's so soft. Please tell me someone else got that joke as, like, the whole joke where people like to touch, like, black people's hair, like, oh, it's so poofy, or something like that. Please tell me someone else saw that as that joke. Just a version of that joke. But the series is awesome. I've been rambling on long enough, but things like this, Wander Over Yonder, I don't know how you could step it up over, I don't know how you can step it up over this. Over The Guy Who Wants to Destroy Everything. Heck, Supernatural is one of my favorite shows. That's long running. That's a long running show. Doctor Who's one of my long running shows too, but favorite long running shows too. But like Supernatural right now is, if I remember correctly, I haven't watched it yet. The latest season, I usually think I wait for Netflix for it to come on Netflix, which is usually at the start of the next season or whatnot. But they're like doing now where they're fighting, spoiler, it's God's sister. Or Supernatural's God's sister. I could go into whole theories on that, but how the fudge are they gonna step up from that? Like, they went from, I think, what was after the Devil? After the Devil series arc, we're like, well, how do we step up that? Fudge, we're gonna find monsters in Purgatory. Awesome. I can kind of get that. Supernatural is the kind of thing we're like, okay, Purgatory. Alright, we fought the Devil, the greatest evil of all. What are we gonna do? Fight something else from that's more ancient, something that was in the freaking Purgatory. We're gonna have evolved, or the firstborn werewolves and stuff like that. Awesome. Then, like, they keep stepping that up a little more, and now they're stepping up to God's freaking sister. How the heck do they go through a bigger threat than that? Angels falling from heaven, and then God's freaking sister. How the heck do they go bigger than that? And that's kind of Wander Over Yonder. There's probably some way that they can continue the story, but Wander Over Yonder, I feel, is if Hater does become a good guy in the end, if everything works out fine, if they do set it off as a good ending, I will be okay with it. Yes, I will be sad, but I will be okay with it. And you have, and another way I can say is Gravity Falls. I was sad when Gravity Falls ended, and I will say Gravity Falls probably wasn't even my favorite show, but I liked the story. I loved the things. Who's the author? It is actually, I'll say it is one of my favorite shows, but the author is freaking awesome. I love the spoilers if you haven't seen Gravity Falls yet, go see it. The author is one of my favorite characters. Dipper, Bill, all of them. They're all my favorite characters. Mabel, everything was good. It was awesome. I loved it. But the thing is, well, there's some things I didn't like about Gravity Falls, like Dipper not staying with Ford in Gravity Falls to to follow his dream and stuff. That I was kind of like, boo! Go check out my Gravity Falls reviews. You'll see what I mean. But that was kind of like, boo! But in the end, when like everything that happens, and like it's the end of the summer and everything, and it ends, there's still stories that can be told. Heck, they kind of hint at it at the end of the last Gravity Falls episode with the codes about like the god of twins and stuff. They could still continue this. They could continue the story, whether it be Dipper in the future, and he's older than following up on mysteries, or heck, their grandkids or something like that, or their nieces and nephews, or great nieces and nephews or something. They could continue the story of Gravity Falls following more mysteries and stuff. But Wander Over Yonder, it's built to be a wanderer wandering through these galaxies, wandering, helping people as it comes along, and we now have this bigger threat and everything. We have this bigger threat. We have these characters and stuff. And the thing is, yes, they could continue it by, like, if they wanted to do, like, okay, let's have another wandering character walk around trying to help people. That'll just feel like a rehash of Wander. It'll feel like it's Wander, just not Wander. And that's different, because like Gravity Falls, we can have a different personality, different character fill the shoes of Dipper and Mabel. We can have different personalities fill those roles. Heck, we could have them go back to the Mystery Shack while, spoilers, Seuss takes over the Mystery Shack. We can still have all of this happening. But Wander Over Yonder, the characters are the epitome of what they are. Dominator is the epitome of basically bad in this. Yes, I feel there's something in her past that made her this way, and possibly will be helped bring that to light, which will then probably make her good. But she's basically the pure bad of this series, and Wander is the pure good, and Hater is the thing that's stuck in between. Yes, he's quote-unquote bad, but he can become good. And I just know that, and the series is awesome. I love it. I don't want anything bad to happen to the series, but this feels like if it ends well, if this does end around this point, I will not be sad. And even like Gravity Falls, I liked how it ended, yeah, but also they still left a lot of loose. They left some things like, one, they gave us that cool ending at the end, like the god of twins, will it return and stuff like that, or something like that. That's awesome. But then also like the whole Dipper and Pacifica thing. Again, we could see Dipper and Pacifica in another series, or we could see that maybe Dipper does actually get with Pacifica in the future, and like, you know, the kids of their kids their kids are the new twins or something like that. Or heck, we could go Ben 10 route and have the son of Dipper or something, son or daughter of Dipper, and then like Mabel or Dipper's son or daughter meet them. Yet they look similar, yeah, but they're cousins. And, you know, Ben and Gwen from Ben 10 and stuff like that. Something like that. But I don't know. The series is awesome. I love it. I don't want it to be rehashed. If it ends, I hope it ends well. If you want to help it, there's a link in the description below to the petition. But if it does end, if you can tell me what they could do next, maybe my opinion will change. I signed it. I signed the petition, FYI. But I signed the petition because I like it. But if you can think up of what could come next, the big overlapping story. Yes, we'll have mini stories in between, like how it usually does. But what will be the wraparound? What will be this big everlasting story? Like, Doctor Who actually follows a similar process. Again, if I keep bringing Doctor Who up, there's always the overlap story of like the Doctor's going to die and this is what's going to happen. We're following everything that loops into that story. About something else that about the Time War, about the TARDIS going to, spoiler alerts for one of the seasons, explode. We always have that overlapping story, and that allows us to go anywhere we want because we know there is still a main story that's happening. Heck, Bad Wolf, which I think still pops up every once in a while throughout the series, that's still a thing. Awesome. Again, big overlapping stories and stuff. If someone can tell me what is bigger than Dominator, and don't say, well, take on other galaxies, or Wanderer goes to other galaxies. That'll just feel like a rehash. Heck, a galaxy is pretty dang huge, I found out. It's pretty dang huge, so Wanderer could go and make infinite amount of stories happening within this galaxy. Going to different planets, helping, but what is the overlap? What is going to be the overlapping story? If you can tell me right now in the comment section, what would be the next big story? What would be the next big overlapping story after Dominator? Tell me what that would be bigger than someone who's going to try to destroy the entire galaxy. She probably didn't even come from another galaxy. She probably came from a deeper side of the galaxy that Wanderer and Sylvia had never even reached. And she then comes to this galaxy. Tell me right now in the comments, what would be the next overlapping story? And maybe I could see another story being born from this. But without that, without the overlapping story, I think it'll just feel like it's rehashing too many things. Or it would continue, or it would tell all these stories, yeah, but the big overlapping story is kind of what helps it all stick together. Like, even right now, if they told me the ending of Steven Universe was coming soon, and it was basically after they find all the diamonds, if they fight all the diamonds and stuff like that, and there are no other aliens other than the crystal gems and humanity, I don't think I would be, unless they like slowly hinted at it earlier. I don't know, Sneeple. Unless they hinted at it earlier, I don't see where, like, what would be after this, other than it just feeling like, okay, we needed a bad guy, so here, or we needed this here, so here, or you didn't hear about these things that are worse than the homeworld gems. I don't know. But either way, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you want to check out more videos that I've done, please link in the description below. Again, I'll put the link to the, if I can, I'll copy and paste the link to the petition below in the section underneath this. If you can tell me what season 3's overarching story was, what will be the biggest, what will be bigger than Dominator? Because the first season is Hater and all the other bad guys, and then the next season will be, and then it's Dominator. Unless the next one's going to be something about, unless season 3 would be something about Wander's past or more something. I don't know what else they would do. I would think that could probably be a Wander's past or an enemy from Wander's past. Okay, I could actually see maybe the guy. Well, no, because it's still kind of similar to Dominator destroying things. Like the guy who could have possibly destroyed Wander's world. Which again, that's more of that was a theory I had. But either way, thank you so much for watching. If you can tell me your thoughts for season 3, petition below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you later.